I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. Matthew 23:40. Athletes in Action, God is Moving in Africa, Part 3. Athletes in Action traveled to Nairobi, Kenya in 2006 to run a series of basketball clinics. While they were there, they felt they needed to do more with their time. A chance meeting on a plane between a Kenyan doctor named Paul Chibeta and an Athletes in Action staff member named Eric Nelson has brought them to the outskirts of Nairobi's largest slum, Kibera. Located in Kibera, Soweto Junior Academy is a beacon of hope floating in a sea of poverty, disease, and hunger. This school is home to the youngest children that live in the slum. The classrooms are constructed crudely out of 2x4s and corrugated metal. The wood is decaying in places and windows are broken. Still, this is a sanctuary for the youngest living in the slum. This is a place they can come to receive a hot meal, shelter, and biblical and academic instruction. In a nutshell, Soweto Junior Academy offers these children hope for a better future and a safe, loving haven to escape to each day. Every day is a struggle to keep the school running. Many of the parents cannot afford the fees for their students. Some of these parents create different crafts for the school to sell to pay for their child's supplies, and this is the best they can do. Although each day is full of challenges, the school still finds a way to keep teaching its young and impressionable students. This is in no small part due to this man, principal of the Soweto Junior Academy, Geoffrey Juma.
My parents abandoned me on the streets of Kibera at a tender age of 5 years. Life was extremely difficult. I used to live under a bridge that's next to Soweto Academy Senior. We used to feed on garbage, and this garbage was, being dropped by, by the trucks. And one day, the trucks that used to deliver garbage never turned up. So we were hungry and I needed something to eat. So as I walked past Soweto Academy, I decided to branch into the school, and I went direct into the classroom. I was hungry and I needed something to eat. So I sat in a class where children were being provided some food. So a man of God, Pastor Chris, showed up and he found me in the class, and I never had even the uniform. So he really wanted to know why I was in class and in that position. So he asked me, young boy, where are your parents? And I really didn't have a reason to give him. So I knew that I was an orphan, a street boy, and I didn't want to look direct into his face. So I just told him that I just talked to him, and I was just afraid even telling him about the whole story, but I just composed myself and I shared with him about the whole truth. So this man was really touched, and he gave me a chance to be in school, that is Soweto Academy, and I went through the system for 8 years in primary school, and I did very well. I was the best student from the school. So he gave me a chance again to join high school. I did very well at my high school level, and I joined the University of Nairobi, and I also did very well, and right now I have a degree in financial management. The Athletes in Action people have been so wonderful, and They have been the people who have really stood with us here. They have helped us, supply some, learning material for the children. They have been able to buy the textbooks for the children. All the time they have been to Kenya, they have always come at the school to volunteer, to also help educate the children here and to try and, shed some hope, because most of the children here, they have lost hope because most of them come from poor families they are not all that, they are disadvantaged in a way. But, the Athletes in Action, besides doing that, they have been able also to promote us through, buying our school jewelries, buying our t-shirts, and they have been wonderful people. They have been people with a heart. It's a team that, it's really down to earth to work for the people, to help the people, and they have been able to serve us in a way that we really don't know how to thank them.
Geoffrey lives and breathes this tiny academy. He sells the goods the parents make to try and pay for supplies and other daily needs. He even constructed a chicken coop on his own property so that he can butcher them and sell their eggs and meat to further support the school. Geoffrey had the opportunity to leave all of this behind him. He had the opportunity to begin a lucrative banking career in Nairobi, but he decided to return to the same place he came from and try to provide an opportunity for young children who may be in the same situation he was once in. He is a prime example of what can be accomplished by someone caring and giving a young person an opportunity for a better life.
So that's the only way that a real spiritual movement will take root in a culture, is if leaders are developed and they're given the resources to do it. So that's the long-term plan. It's much more than just coming and doing a clinic. We really want to resource and identify leaders, help them grow.
After hearing Geoffrey's story and seeing his commitment, the Athletes in Action's leadership staff realized that God put this school and this man in their path for a reason. Though they did not yet know how they could best impact the lives of the students and Geoffrey, they knew they would return again and do what they could.